Here we go. Okay. Hi there, Internet. It's my third time trying this. Should be the one that works, though. It's been about 9 years since I did anything with the Internet, as far as making content. I'm going to play Earth Defense Force 4.1. I'm going to start a new game here. I'm going to name myself Dale Gribble, after the best exterminator in history that I can think of. Of course, Dale is from King of the Hill. So my plan with this whole thing was to basically 100% this game, which I think takes approximately 2,940 missions if you do them all without Veil. You have to do each mission in the game. I think there's 147 of them, and there's 4 classes, and there's 5 difficulty levels.
Select a mission.
So this will be the first mission. You can see the little thing, little blacked out pips at the bottom there. So here's your difficulty missions: easy, normal, hard, hardest, and inferno. Inferno is ridiculously hard, and easy is very easy. So my last couple attempts, I started with a ranger. I think I'm actually going to swap and pick a different class this time. I have a lot of experience with the ranger and a very little bit with the wing diver. I'm gonna start with the air raider because I don't think I've ever really played this guy. So I have like no experience with this character, so this will be interesting. You can very, very, very small amount of customization here with this game. You can change a couple colors up, that's about it. I'm gonna try and pick colors that pop the most. There's not much variety. I'll go red and... red and black, sure. That's it. That's all the customization you can do, unless you get mods. I think there's quite a bit of mods for this game, which are... there's no workshop, but people create a lot of silly stuff. So, there's, I think, about 850 weapons, approximately, in the whole game. That's between all the classes. So, these are all, like, DLC ones that I start with. The special weapons, at least. I'm not going to be using these guys. A lot of the special ones are for multiplayer. So let's see, I start with a limpet gun and a howitzer. I don't actually know what these do, so I just gotta read them real quick here. Device which launches a sticky bomb that attaches to whatever surface it strikes. Friend, foe, or vehicle. Can be detonated remotely, pressing zoom. And the howitzer is... smoke grenade used to request a howitzer attack. Alright. So the air raider's gimmick is that he kind of is the support, calls in airstrikes. And I guess he has vehicles. I actually didn't realize that. Bullet Girl's marking. Interesting. So I don't know a whole lot about this class. But my plan is basically go through the entire game with every character on every difficulty level. With every mission. I'm just going to start with the basic stuff that he starts with. What they recommend. The issue with the air raider, aside from him being kind of squishy, is the fact that he doesn't work too well in caves. There's a lot of cave missions. So my plan was to start with all missions on easy, then go up to normal, then hard, then hardest, and then inferno. And that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take probably a year, maybe more than a year to do this whole thing. Because it's quite the journey.
We are broadcasting to you live from the scene. What in the world? Wait! People are being attacked by giant insects! Thought to have been exterminated 7 years ago, the insects actually survived!
Yeah, the cutscenes are pretty good. I will probably watch them the first playthrough, but after that, There is an option to skip them, but you have to turn it on. The thing you can't skip is a lot of the dialogue in this game. There's certain cutscenes and dialogue and like trigger events in the game while you're playing the missions that you can't skip. So your squad, they're really handy on normal and like easy mode. I don't think they do too much on the higher difficulties. But you, like on easy, you can pretty much just let them destroy everything. And all you would want to do is go around and loot. So ammo is infinite with a few exceptions. Certain guns you can't reload during a mission. Most of them you can. So, I guess, let's see how this works. I'm not familiar with this class, so... I just dropped a artillery howitzer strike. Let's see what happens here. Oh, my god. Okay. That's what happens. That just blew up like a city block with me in it. Okay. That was interesting. Right, I'm gonna assume that spawning this tank also drops it in from some crazy, yep. So the OG Just Cause here. Oh, I need to, forgot, you can never get out of it being grabbed unless you, like, kill the thing that's grabbing you. So armor drops in these red crates. Weapons drop in the green crates. You want to pick up as many as you can on each level, because they, you don't collect them all at the end of the levels. If you don't get them, they're gone. And you need to grind a lot in this game for the higher difficulties. Yeah, I can't say that I know anything about this this character. This will be interesting. The vehicles. This is pretty nice. The silly little civilians, they don't really do anything. They're more of a nuisance because they get in your way, but I think they're immortal for the most part. Can I pick stuff up in the tank? Yes, I can. Looks like the tank has limited ammo. Kind of rolled right over the middle of it. Okay, well, the tank is nice, but it's slow. Early on, most everything is slow. So this guy can dodge roll just like the Ranger. I can't dodge roll forward, that just jumps. And there's no sprint, so I think my tank is probably the quickest vehicle I have. Oh, you can see on the mini-map there's a single ant way in the back there. That'll happen on a lot of the missions where, like, one bug will get stuck way in the back or behind a building or wherever it is. It'll get stuck and cause the mission to delay. Alright, I'm gonna try this again and get out of the way this time.
So were we living above them the whole time? Understood, sir.
Well, that's pretty nice. I'll try not to cut off some of the dialogue, but there is a lot of it. The squad always talks and banters. And sometimes it's pretty annoying, actually. They like to sing, which is pretty silly. The lines are very cheesy. It's very Japanese game with like a B-movie kind of style, like Godzilla or something.
We have more guests. Let's finish the job. Giant insects again after 7 years. but soon they'll be an endangered species.
There's nothing to fear. Let's exterminate them.
Yes, sir!
I do have quite a lot of the sound, the volume for this game turned down because it is loud. This game is like 90% screaming civilians or screaming squad mates or explosions. That's about it. I don't know why I spawned in that tank. I'm not going to use it. That howitzer thing is nice. So this is easy mode, so you pretty much can't screw up. It's just a matter of how long it takes to do a mission, is kind of how the different weapons go. So because I'm playing with this character, I will only unlock weapons for this character. I believe some of the characters might share some weapons, I think. Maybe like shotguns and assault rifles, I think, can be used by different characters. Again, there's only 4, and they're all pretty different and unique. So anything I didn't pick up there, any of the armor I don't pick up, doesn't count at the end here. So I raised my total armor by 24. And I got a lot of new weapons. And I don't know this character, so I'm going to see what some of those do. Electromagnetic bunker. I'm not sure what this is. Device which directs a wall of energy that not only stops bullets, but optical weapons as well. So, yeah. I don't really think I need that. That's more for... Yeah, it's more for, like, co-op. Sounds like it makes a shield. Life Fender, again, probably more of a co-op thing. Forming an invisible wall, repairing damaged armor. I guess it heals up vehicles, too. That might be good on later missions. Any wing divers? Okay, so that's more also of a... I guess a co-op thing if you're playing with wing diver characters. And the laser guiding kit. My allies' homing weapons. Also kind of a co-op thing. Interesting. Well, if that's the case, I'm just going to keep my weapons that I have and continue on. Maybe switch out the vehicle for something different. So they start me out with a tank, Giganticus, or Gigantus, level 0. These ones are all DLC. I'm going to leave them alone. I don't feel like playing with them right now. See, they're way higher level. They're level 8. And I don't get level 8 gear for quite a few missions on easy mode. Normal mode drops higher gear, and so does Inferno and all that such. But I'm going to go through in order. You can see compartment 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, this is a vehicle designed for co-op. 4 people, yeah. Power suits, though. I might play with one of these power suits. Let's see. Combat burner. Oops. I'll try both. I'll mess around with the with those things. You can see down here our armor. So we looted 24 armor on that level, but I think we can only get plus 10 on the early levels on easy mode. So our maximum is 210, even though we looted like 24.
Select a mission.
There you can see we've done 1 level on easy mode with this character. And there is a whole stats thing. So see the total stats of this character and pretty much every character here for all anything stats. There's a lot to track. I think, like I said, I think it's 2,940 missions for the whole game.
Select a difficulty. Deploying.
And we're just gonna jump back into it.
Giant insects! They're being attacked! Shoot! Save the citizens! Please specify
Yes, sir!
Enemy is close! They caught up! Don't waste
Ooh, I don't know if that howitzer thing's gonna do much. Probably just destroy a lot of buildings. Ooh, that's some ragdolls.
Enemy approaching. The enemy is coming. Fire. Understood.
That was not the most effective, but whatever. We'll take it. Let's see what that vehicle does to that combat mech. See, on the early game and on easy mode and such, it's really easy. You can't really screw up or fail. On my other recordings where I was playing the Ranger, there was a couple easy levels that I did fail because I got bombed by my own troops. It was apparently like a one-hit kill for how much health I had at the time, which was embarrassing.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so now I'm in a very shiny golden mech, which is very slow and has some interesting flamethrowers, but I don't think it's, oh my god, very slow. Yeah, I think this is actually slower than just running around shooting right now. You can't, like I said, you can't really do anything to screw up the missions early on. My whole AI squad could destroy everything. Doesn't matter what weapon you pick, doesn't matter what happens in a couple of these missions. You can't mess it up. It's just a matter of how long it takes to finish them. My main goal for a lot of these early ones is just to pick up as much stuff as I can and do them as quickly as I can. But I'll prioritize looting over time for some of them.
I'm the Ravager researcher, O'Hara. I would like to offer advice to the soldiers. After examining dead giant insects, I found something surprising. In 7 years, they have evolved and grown stronger. They are covered by a stronger shell and cannot be killed easily. But it is not a problem. Ready, fire! EDF's equipment has also grown stronger in 7 years. You can definitely beat the evolved giant insects. I wish you good luck.
Just trying to let the scientist there guy have a little say.
This is Ranger 16. The next round of data is incomplete. Giant insects are stronger and more violent than ever before. We can't do this by ourselves. Ranger 16, you're supposed to be trained in fighting giant insects. Hold your ground.
A lot of the dialogue is pretty good.
We are fighting giant insects. Requesting wing diver support. This is Ranger 16. They're picking up people like rag dolls. This is Ranger 6. Send wing diver unit backup. It will take time for wing divers to arrive. Hold your ground. You need to protect the citizens.
Yeah, it's dialogue's pretty good. This game is ridiculous, very campy. But I mean, what can you expect? The whole series is based off of giant insects and aliens invading. There's an overarching plot, I suppose. There is like a canon for this series because there's quite a few games in it. They've just slowly been porting them to PC as they've been getting more popular in the West.
Are the wing divers here yet? No matter how much the giant insects evolve, they can't fly, so we can destroy them with an air attack. If the wing divers take them down, we can win.
Most of these games are either console or in Japan only, or both. They've been slowly in the past 5 or 6 years been bringing them to the West. So I got a bunch of weapons, but nothing new. It'll tell me if it's new with the new icon. And duplicates don't do anything.
Select a mission.
So we're just gonna keep going with what we got.
Deploying.
A lot of the weapons you get will just be upgraded versions of what you already have. It's not 850 unique weapons. Some of them will just be exactly what you have, but better. Oh, I see this class is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to kill myself a lot with it. I do like that artillery strike. It doesn't work too well in caves, though. A lot of the levels are caves. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This will be maybe a more interesting start than the Ranger that I've attempted a couple times with here. The Ranger is probably one of the better classes. It's just very standard. Has a lot of good weapons. It's just a soldier, though. He can't fly or anything. Just rolls around just like this guy. I guess his strength is that he has access to better weapons. So yeah, this whole thing will probably take me about a year, maybe more. I want to have a very regular schedule. This was just kind of a fun little project for me to do whenever I felt like it. Maybe a couple hours a night, here and there, a couple times a week. And I'll stick it all on my YouTube channel as well. No real reason other than I wanted a pretty long project to just play with and work on, and this was a game that I really enjoy, and a series that I really enjoy. I love EDF. I'm really hoping they bring number 6 to the West. It just came out in Japan like a week ago, I think. Really hoping they bring it to PC and they bring it to the West. But I don't think it's translated yet. The series doesn't have a huge audience yet, I guess, in the West. It's pretty niche. People do love it, though. It's just not popular enough, I guess, to make mainstream over here. Here we can see a freaking ant somewhere stuck behind a building or stuck on a building. A lot of times in missions, yeah, that'll happen quite a bit, where you'll get some ants stuck somewhere in the middle of the train, or stuck behind buildings, or stuck in caves. You have to hunt them down to finish them.
The giant insect's vital force is stronger than I ever imagined. If they were evolving underground, hidden away, we don't know what to expect. We have to investigate. Ready to go. Why aren't the wing divers here yet? This is Ranger 8. We need the wing divers. Ready. Wing divers are heading over there right now.
Oh, here comes my artillery. Oh, that was a really good one. Damn.
Wing divers, exterminate the giant insects.
That worked real well. The wing divers, they're pretty interesting. They're very fast, very fun class. One of the stronger ones, just in the fact that they can fly around. A lot of the enemies can't fly, obviously, so they're pretty much invincible. Of course, in man's hubris, they made the wing divers anime girls. Very fan-servicey anime girls. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just people liking seeing anime girls flying around in skimpy armor, or like seeing them being attacked by giant insects. They're fun. They're very fast. They're very strong. They're very squishy, though. And they even acknowledge that they don't have armor. But every class plays very differently, I suppose, than each other. The fencer is just a big armored tank, essentially. He has some kind of, I guess they're like lances. They're sort of melee, I guess, as much melee as you can get in this game. And then this guy is obviously more the support and artillery kind of guy. And vehicle guy. And the Ranger is just the all-out kind of average Joe with good weapons, but he doesn't have anything else really special to him.
Contact has been broken with Wing Diver 4. Looks like something happened. Storm team, head to the scene. What's going on? Giant insects can't fly. There's no way the Wing Divers would lose.
So as the levels progress, the radio communication there kind of gets weirder in that there's like other events going on in the same universe. Attack whale. What the hell is that?
Choose loadout. Air Raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
Attack from the gunship whale. Ooh. So this has a 3600 reload. This is a 600 reload. Interesting. Oh yeah, they have this weird gimmick. I actually forgot about this. It says before you're permitted to use this, you need to earn a certain number of credits during the mission by defeating enemies. I don't know where the credit system is kept. I guess that's what it means by reload is 600 points. And this is 3,600 points. I don't know how that's determined. I'll give it a shot though. That sounds fun.
Air Raiders can choose loadout.
So the gold one, I'm not a fan just because it has flamethrowers and they suck. They're great in caves. I'll try this guy. The other, the depth crawler. So depth crawlers, I think, are the attempt to make this class great in caves. And I don't really know how it works, but we'll give it a shot when we get to a cave level. Coming up soon. Oh yes, and spoilers. Spiders. If for some reason you thought a game about giant insects destroying the planet didn't have giant spiders, now there's giant spiders, so... Yeah, this is actually kind of horrible. Someone had too much fun making those cutscenes. So this level's pretty easy, although I think it's easy to fail on the higher difficulties, because if your wing divers actually do die, I think the mission fails. So these spiders are actually pretty tough. At least for this character, right now. For whatever reason, in-game, they are, these things are called Retariuses. I don't know why they don't just call them spiders, because they're clearly just giant orb weaver spiders. But, yeah, Retarius. They could never have predicted this, apparently. So this is actually not going so hot. I need to, whoa, that's cool. Okay, that's a little overkill. Yep. Still going. Okay, that seems, kind of ridiculous at that point now.
Break the web! Damn it! Go from the left! Break this web!
Humans made wing divers in order to eliminate the giant insects. But the Ravager technology has evolved beyond that.
So when they say they're humans-made wing divers, I don't really know what they mean. I don't know if wing divers are supposed to be like a genetically created human, or if they're just women that were trained on how to be wing divers. I don't know if we made them or they're just people. It's not really clear.
Yes, sir!
Okay, well, I'm going to summon a depth crawler. I actually don't know if I'm going to survive this mission. Because I think if any of the wing divers die, I think the mission fails. And I'm not doing so great here. So... hoping...
Yes, sir!
maybe this depth crawler thing can, shoot something quicker than the other ones. Thing is like a spider. Oh, I think they're talking about my... haha, my vehicle. I thought they were talking about the actual giant spiders. Okay, can it shoot stuff? Okay, definitely can. Whoa, this thing's awkward. Oh wow, controls are actually mirrored on the wall and ceiling. That is very cool. Very disorienting. Yep. Wow, that's... holy crap. Where am I even going? Wow, okay, this thing's cool, but very, very interesting, I guess.
Prepared to shoot.
Generator out.
You take care of the next right. Understood, sir. Don't die.
Alright, that was weird. I liked it, but,
Then science is impossible. But
we'll see how the higher level ones are. Yeah, as you climbed up the wall with that thing, the controls reorient themselves to, whatever you think they would be when you're driving that way.
Select a mission.
Oh man, I need a better weapon than this limpet
Choose
gun.
loadout. Air Raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
I guess we're just gonna keep what we got. Maybe the artillery squad instead of the attack whale.
Choose loadout.
Better to blow them up in a huge area than just the individual spiders. I might just be using the depth crawler for most of this mission, though.
Select a mission. Select a deploying.
This is Diver 11! I can't move! Hurry!
Storm Team, rescue the wing divers.
Understood!
Oh, I didn't switch out the whale. My bad. Spiders are one of the worst enemies in the game on higher difficulties because they can shoot their web at you or at NPCs through walls and through terrain and through buildings. And it drags you and does damage over time. And you won't be able to shoot them back because you won't know where they are. They'll be up a level or down a level or in the middle of a cave. And they'll just hit you through walls or through buildings. It's actually really, really, really frustrating.
Understood.
Going back to battle. My wing won't move. I can't get the throttle, Commander. This is the enemy's trap. I can't move.
Check the enemy.
My wing won't.
Oh no, my sport whale is just shooting a building. It's not doing anything here. So yeah, that's why it sucks in caves. They don't really do much. I meant to swap out to the artillery one so I could just blow stuff up here. Figured that would work better than the gunship. But apparently I forgot to actually switch it out. Alright, I don't think I care. There's no one stuck in that web. Ooh. My teammates are getting killed here. Don't think I care. I don't think it needs to. Anyone needs to survive this mission. Some missions will be like that, though. You will have to save your crewmates, or they will die, and you fail the mission. But I don't think this one is one of them. I don't think this matters. Alright, I'm a huge fan of these things now. They're really janky to control, but they're pretty good. Pretty nice.
Hurry! Somebody, help me!
Don't waste bullets.
Crap! It won't come off!
They're gaining on us. Yes! Let me go! Forgive me!
Ready to shoot. Remain calm. Yes.
Oh, the dialogue. People are just going nuts. I don't know why someone just screamed, "Forgive me."
Ready to shoot.
Oh my gosh. There we go.
Understood. Loading. Hurry! Let me down.
No time to lose. We need to go underground to destroy the nest and stop their progress. Retarius has spawned there. We might have to expect more new species coming out later. There is a danger that the flying insects may have evolved, and they could be superior to our wing divers. We can never let the giant insects take over the Earth.
Forward.
Alright, if that wasn't a hint, the next level is going to be the first one. Ooh, good, a new weapon. I think in the cave.
Choose loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
Impulse. Is this like a turret? Set by pressing fire, then detonate with the zoom activate button. Will also detonate automatically if an enemy enters its effective range. Spews out a large number of ball bearings. Devastating. Whoever they may strike can be reloaded by pressing the reload button. Complicated, I know. Who wrote that description? So that's just a Claymore mine, essentially, is what that is. Ooh, I definitely don't want the artillery, so I guess I'll take it. That's my, I guess, solution to dealing with caves as well. Alright, let's give this a shot. Depth crawler.
Choose loadout. Air raiders can
Yeah,
equip
there's no
two
other
weapons
point in
and
picking
one
these.
vehicle.
I don't want to play with these ones. These ones are too easy and cheaty for now. Since they're level 8.
Choose a class. Select a mission. Select a difficulty. At higher difficulty. Deploying.
Turn on your helmet lights. Don't be stupid. The underground entrance is supposed to be in this mall.
If we leave the giant insects alone, they will continue to evolve unchallenged. We have to wipe them out before that happens. All units, begin operation.
Aren't there any enemies? They're coming! Prepare for battle! For the Prime Media! Enemies approaching!
Let's see how this the Claymore thing works. Oh, it actually literally is a Claymore. It's pretty cool. So...
The underground
Oops.
entrance should be up ahead. Let's go.
Interesting, reloading just gets rid of them.
The underground entrance is just past the station. Come with me.
Well, I don't think I'll need to use the cave, or the crawler.
Can light up the area for you. Air raiders, call for depth crawlers to support the assault unit.
But maybe I will.
Understood. They're coming us way. Come here.
This is the transportation team. A depth crawler is on its way.
I can't believe it. So many giant insects have survived.
Yes, sir.
Alright, well, I guess we're doing the depth crawler thing then.
The Earth is contaminated. Giant insects are like a nasty virus.
I love the dialogue. These guys sound so hardcore.
I can't believe this nest is so huge. It's impossible to destroy them. If we don't do it now, mankind will be destroyed.
Even though we drove out the Ravagers, it doesn't look like we won.
So the Ravagers they're talking about are,
After all that,
I guess, an alien species.
we just have to destroy it.
Aside from the giant bugs, there's aliens.
So who the hell said that the giant insects are endangered?
Compared to this, humans are the endangered species.
The Ravagers might just be waiting for humans to be destroyed by the giant insects. But that's impossible! Maybe they're waiting nearby.
Yeah, the troops just love talking to themselves about everything. It's pretty good.
Best haunted house ever.
Best haunted house ever. What the hell is he even talking about? It's like the voice actors were talking about something totally different, and they just happened to record it. They must have had fun making this one.
This is Ranger 21. We're fighting a giant spider-like bug. Ah, the thread! Crap! Ah!
A giant spider-like bug. Yeah, it's actually just a spider.
The thread! I can't move! It's no use. They got stronger.
Yes, sir.
Hey, don't die!
If something happens to me, let my family know.
This dialogue is pretty bad. I mean, we can kill them all. We're supposed to kill them all.
The number of giant insects is more than we could imagine. Permission to retreat. Hey, hold on. Save him. Ah!
Whenever they tell them to scream,
More and more casualties.
it's pretty bad. So it looks like this thing is almost dead. I don't have a way to heal it, so I think I can just summon a new one.
Transportation team. A depth crawler is on its way.
Another casualty.
Yeah,
What is this? What is this?
I don't know. Get rid of the old one. This thing's nice. It doesn't have, obviously it's the tier 1, or tier 0, I suppose. It doesn't have a lot of... Oh my god, I did not mean to end up on the ceiling. It doesn't have a lot of health or defense, but it works wonders in the caves right now.
Talk about this later.
I thought the aerator would actually be really difficult in caves missions, but this is really nice.
They're far away. Get closer. Yes, sir.
I've played this game quite a bit, but it's kind of like Monster Hunter in that I've played like one build where you could play Monster Hunter for hundreds of hours and still not actually play with all the different weapons, because usually you specialize in one or two of the weapon types. So this game has 4 classes and it has 5 difficulty levels, and everyone's got their own independent loot and progression essentially. So I played with, I think, the Wing Diver and the Ranger. Oh wow, it's so disorienting when you go upside down with this thing. Where are these spiders?
Artillery unit dispatching as requested. Self-propelled howitzer and self-propelled rocket launcher are heading this way. Once they arrive, you can get fire support.
I think that's it for this mission. Yes. A new limpet weapon. Still tier 0 though, so I don't know how much better that's going to be.
Loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
Flechette bomb called Splendor. Attaches to whatever strikes, can be done remotely. Number 10. Oh, okay, so it shoots a lot more of them. Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I will keep the... Ooh, actually, what level am I doing?
Select a mission.
So I'm going to actually pick the...
Choose loadout. Air raiders
I'm going to
can
keep
equip 2
the
weapons
artillery
and 1
squad howitzer thing. And I'll definitely keep the depth crawler, because why not?
Raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle. Select a mission. Selected.
This mission's outside, so I want a the howitzer thing and blow everything up.
All units, attack the giant insects. Don't leave any alive.
This is the transportation team. A depth crawler is on its way.
Don't get caught. Don't get hell. Get him.
This giant insect is tough.
Ooh, that was a bad placement. Well, we'll see how this goes. Wow, that was actually pretty good.
Has arrived above the battle area.
This is Whale. We've arrived at designated area. Whale, circle the sky and stand by. Air Raider will indicate attack target.
These new flechette rounds are pretty good too, it seems. Keep forgetting though, I can't just detonate them. I have to reload all of them if I detonate any of them.
Storm Team, heavy air support aircraft Whale is in the air above you. Bombardment from the air is possible. Leave the target to Air Raider.
You're good, Slater! We will fight with you.
It's interesting the dialogue on each mission is different too. 'Cause they don't say that stuff when I play as the Ranger.
Ground forces, don't worry. You have a friend in the air.
Don't waste bullets. Hit! Throw them in. Yes, sir. Loading. Hit. Leave it to me. If something happens to me, we'll get grounded. Are there any enemies? Yes, sir.
Whale to ground units. We're ready to begin attack run. Whale is a flying fortress. Vulcan gun, rockets, and 120mm gun are ready. Requesting target indication.
Favorite. I hear something. The enemy is coming. Get ready. A new batch. Yes, sir. Did you tell her?
Pretty sure that's all unique for playing as the Air Raider. I don't remember them mentioning the Whale air gun ship when I was playing with the
Transport helicopter Hydra formation.
Ranger character.
Transport unit Porters has arrived.
It's here?
It's an idea. Do you want to eat?
This is Porters. Transporting state-of-the-art vehicle. Will drop in combat area upon request.
Okay. Porters, stand by in the air. Wait for support request.
Why is this at?
Carrying a depth crawler will be arriving in the combat zone soon.
This is headquarters. Transport unit Porters arrived on the scene. Ready to drop vehicle upon request.
One of the big issues with later in the game, the difficulty modes, is the weapons do so much damage on Inferno. They're likely to kill you if they're explosive just as much as they are to kill the bugs. So there's certain grenades you can get that they have an explosion radius bigger than you can escape from. So unless you're dropping them off a cliff or have like a vehicle to run away from, if you use that grenade, you'll probably die. We'll see that stuff eventually. It's going to be a while before I get to some of the really deadly weapons, just because those are from Inferno mode.
Neutralized. There's no time to rest. We're gonna continue the battle. Yes.
I think my rolling around is just as fast as the depth crawler, so that vehicle is not going to save time here, I don't think. Ah, they're so spread out. That makes this very annoying too. Some of the levels where just a couple bugs are hiding, and it delays basically the end of the mission.
Take a look at this. Information has leaked.
It's a lot like the old XCOM games, and especially like XCOM Enemy of the Deep, or what was it, the Depths? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Terror from the Deep. Had a ton of fun with that game, but there's these cruise ship levels, and they're designed just like a cruise ship, so they have like There's like 100 different cabins
I'm a sure shot. Leave it to
with
me.
little bunks and beds in them, and you can have one enemy hiding in a cabin somewhere in the middle of the ship that you have to go through and clear every single cabin for. It takes like an hour just to kill one little alien that finishes the mission.
Choose loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons.
Alright, so we got a new... What did we get a new thing of?
Choose loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
Oh, it's probably a new
Choose
vehicle.
loadout.
Yeah,
Air
Dur.
raiders can equip 2 weapons and
Giganticus,
1
or
vehicle.
Gigantus D. So it looks like it's just a more durable weapon level 1. Yeah, it's just a more durable tank. Does a little more damage. It's been developed for battle against giant insects. It fires charges with detonate on impact, causing damage. Yeah, it's just a little upgrade version of the tank. So, we're going to keep the Depth Crawler because it's actually pretty sweet.
Select a mission.
And yeah, we're not going to change anything here.
Select a difficulty. Trying higher difficulty. Deploying.
Strategic Command HQ to Storm Team. There is a team in battle. Go back them up. Deploy to objective point. Prepare to fire.
Watch out from behind. Within shot. Coming to help you now. Don't give up. Does it hurt? If you give up, it's over. There's some mission control. What do you say? Yes, sir. We hit it. Time to go home.
It'll be nicer when I get some of the better vehicles that can hopefully fly. I think you can get flying vehicles. Maybe some of the mech suits. Right now, some of them are, well, they're pretty slow. Ooh, that's I am right in the middle of that. That's pretty nice. It clears basically the whole city block. So now I can see. Not sure how I feel about the Splendor one though, this little flechette rounds. Seems nice. It would be really, really good in the caves. So yeah, in the background there, some of the dialogue talks about basically the alien invasion also happening at the same time as this.
Their actions at the same time as the Ravager invasion. I wonder what influence the Ravagers and giant insects have on each other.
So the world thinks they're unrelated or they're not sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's a pretty good assumption to think that the insect invasion and the alien invasion are probably connected, since they're happening at the same time. I think that's fair. I don't actually know the whole like lore canon for this game or the series. It's pretty jank, and it's not really. You don't really play this kind of game for the story. You play this game to blow up giant insects. I remember this game when I first got it was the first experience for EDF. I'd known what this series was like or about, but I'd never played it. And this was my first foray into it. It was very cathartic. Killing giant spiders is very satisfying. It's a good game to just grind and zone out to, too. If you want to just play something mindless, listen to a podcast or music or whatever. Something you can just pause and step away from and just mindlessly play while you do other stuff. I think I first got into it when I was with my infant kid. I think it was my son. Yeah, I think he would have been about a year old when this came out for me. It was one of those games I could just have him sleep on my lap or on my shoulder, and he didn't care. The reporter's pretty defeatist. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that I really enjoy. The ones you can just zone out to. I got myself Power Washing Simulator maybe 2 months ago. I put a ridiculous amount of time into that game. I have no idea why. I hate power washing, but that game's pretty satisfying. Ooh, this will be a treat. Oh yeah. So these, clearly these artillery strikes can very easily kill me. I mean, it's a level 0 baby weapon right now, but I'm sure the damage of my weapons will scale much quicker than my own health. That is why I'm trying to get as much armor upgrades as I can, though, because I know it's gonna matter later on in Inferno. I'm actually not sure how. It's gonna take like replaying some of these Inferno levels over and over a lot to finish them. I'm pretty sure it's possible to do it all solo. But I mean, I don't actually know. How the dialogue of my little squad, they just never shut up.
Emergency transmission from Command HQ. We have a big problem. The Ravager fleet is on the move.
What'd you say?
They have left the moon for the Earth.
Damn it. Who has the means to fight off 10 motherships? Even with the EDF's increased strength, we don't have the manpower.
Commander's about to be
Tracking systems at all locations are locked on. All silos open. Missiles.
There are also
Startup sequence of Equator Meteor Cannon.
emotes and stuff. I think this stuff is all designed for multiplayer.
Atmospheric entry. When the linear cannon fires, the long-distance Tempest attack will begin.
one place again.
Still, we can't hope to destroy them all. The
It's weird that the whole squad does the same emote that you do.
Couldn't be true. Convert.
Alright, quite a few... Oh, I guess just two. Sniper and the... Vigalta? Vigalta? I don't know what that is. Is that a vehicle?
Choose loadout.
It is a vehicle.
Air raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1 vehicle.
Ah, it's the lesser version of the one I started with. I started with the gold version. So, I would have no reason to use this. I guess, actually, except it does use a cannon and a rocket launcher, so it's... Instead of just the flamethrower, it would be better. It was very slow, though. I don't think I'll be using that.
Air raiders can equip 2 weapons.
So, I got a sniper, which I am not going to use right now. Well. Let's see what the level is.
Select a mission.
I think I actually might use the sniper.
Choose loadout.
If there are levels you want to plan ahead, definitely. And I think I'm going to swap out the tank. I don't need the depth crawler on these kind of levels.
Select a mission. Select deploying.
This is headquarters.
Artillery unit is on the scene.
Victorious.
Prepare for battle. Yes, sir. Check the right. Understood.
Unit. The heavy transport helicopter Hydra is on the way.
I'll kill you. I can shoot now, right?
Alright, let's see how the sniper works here.
Stay calm. Prepare for battle. Yes, sir.
Keep forgetting.
The job. Yes.
You can't just blow up one, you have to reload them. You blow up all of the ones you fired.
Good luck, Storm Team.
Let me shoot.
That's alright. It's good for this level. But hopefully the tank is better.
Prepare for battle. Yes, sir. I need help. Shrapnel, save me. They gotta kill me. Sucks. I can't move at all. In your deck. Damn it. You got the bullets. Hold on. Run away.
Nice.
They're getting closer.
Tank controls are very legit tank controls. Also just ran right through a semi-truck. Excellent. Can it just drive right through anything? Nope, it sure can't. Does it hurt the ants if it runs through them? Probably not. No. They don't care. They don't care. Why should they? They're bigger than me, and they're made of chitin. I thought I had more than just the howitzer. For some reason, I thought this thing had a. I thought I had a machine gun on it, but I guess not.
The mothership fleet is beginning to drop to Earth.
It's finally beginning. The Earth's fate will be determined now. Our aircrafts are being stopped by the mothership air defense system and cannot get close. Long-distance attack is our best option.
This is transport unit. We're ready to make the drop. Linear cannon discharged.
What is this one single thing on the minimap?
One mothership destroyed.
We did it.
Okay.
What is over here? What am I looking at? Oh, I didn't even see this guy here.
Linear cannon is recharging.
Oh, come on, right between his little
Tempest
gross legs.
transportation launched.
I don't know if I can take these buildings out. I think they might be too big.
Tempest is approaching target now.
So all this chatter in the background on the radio is pretty interesting. Clearly there's some weird mission going on in space against the moon aliens.
Impact. One ship sunk. 2
But we're not part of that, so it's kind of sucks.
Linear cannon discharged again. Impact. Wait. Enemy is not damaged.
We missed?
I guess the dialogue is also foreshadowing.
Tempest. Second formation.
Artillery unit
Impact.
deployed to objective point.
Enemy is
Prepare
not
to fire.
damaged.
Did it miss? Artillery unit, confirm marker.
This is transport unit. The transport vehicle is on the way. Tempest impact. Still no damage. How can that be?
Here you can see though. I guess that didn't take long. Thought he was gonna drag me more.
Awaiting next request.
Linear cannon hit. Enemy not damaged.
What's going on?
Pretty good sniper weapon. So I'm gonna want. Oh wait, there's one more spider, isn't there? Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of this guy.
We cannot confirm damage.
Yes, sir.
It's a shield screen. They must be protecting the mothership with a shield screen.
This is Borders. We're heading to the vehicle drop point. Linear cannon impact. Enemy no damage.
Wish these would come down a bit faster, the vehicles. Seems like they're instant in caves, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Formation impact. Enemy no damage. It looks like attacks are being obstructed by something like a wall. Please take care of it.
Is a shield
There we
screen
go.
big enough to cover the mothership? What kind of technology?
Ooh, I did not see those back there. I don't look out on the minimap for the green icons very often. I'm usually just looking at the red. Green being the pickups, although it doesn't distinguish between the health ones and the armor and the weapons. And I usually don't care about health on the early, or the easy difficulty in the early missions. It's pretty much inconsequential, unless you're on certain levels. Nope, I don't have my recharged thing yet. Artillery strike. I don't even know why you would ever send people on foot against this army. Like, why would you not give everybody a tank or a vehicle? What's a soldier gonna do against a giant ant the size of a house? Or a spider the size of a house? Like, these things are terrifying. What's a soldier on foot gonna do? And I guess we are killing them, but just the sheer scale of it just seems silly. Ooh, can I get to that weapon cache first? Maybe. Maybe. Yes, I heard the pickup. Alright. Depth crawler upgrade. C-20 bomb. And bombing plan A. Is the next mission a cave mission? No, it's not. This one sucks. I think every 10 levels it's like a hard level.
Choose loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons.
So, this is bomb designed for very specific tasks. Its blast radius is wide. Power output. Oops. Intense, but due to its weight, it cannot be thrown. It must be deliberately placed. I don't think that's going to help us on this level. Bombing plan, though, might... Oof. 5,400 points. Smoke grenade used to request an attack from the battleship Charon, or Charon, which will come in the opposite direction to launch a prompt and decisive airstrike upon the target. Bombardment will... Oh, yes. I like it when this happens in the maps. Sometimes it's part of the story. Ooh, that's tempting. That's a lot of damage. I will take it. Yeah, I'll use that over the artillery thing. And let's see vehicles. So the depth crawler... So the one that I start with, is actually worse. It is worse. Okay. Even though it's weapon level 2. I guess it's just different. Yeah, I'll try it. Ooh, I don't think I want the sniper though. Do I? I don't know. No, I'm gonna take the Splendor.
Select a mission. Select it. Deploying.
This is live footage. Be advised that what you are about to see may be disturbing to some viewers. After 7 years, the Earth is once again under siege. The Ravager fleet has split up and motherships are focusing their attacks on major Earth cities. Our time on this Earth, our home, may be at an end.
Yeah, one of the things this game does very well is the scale. The sheer scale of that giant spaceship is pretty huge.
This is Strategic Command Headquarters. Commencing Operation Swift Giant Insects.
That's amazing!
There's a guest coming from the sky. First, let's finish cleaning up the Earth's surface.
Can we see it yet? I don't think we can.
One mothership is closing in on the combat area.
Fighter has already left from the Kirikawa airbase. It's on an intercept course.
Submarine, launched cruise missile.
One enemy down! One enemy down!
Missile will soon hit a mothership. It didn't make it.
Back to outer space! Reloading! Back me up!
Oh, this is so tedious sometimes.
Missile hit the shield screen.
The ants just like to hide,
No damage.
crawl on buildings and behind buildings. The mission won't progress until they do, or until they're dead.
To achieve something. That's right.
Fighter, commencing attack.
It's hopeless. Obstructed by the shield screen.
Probably should have taken the tank instead of the depth crawler for this one. But, whatever. Let's whip it out and see what happens.
The attack failed. The mothership is unscathed.
Damn it.
Alright, let's whip out the bomber thing too, just for the hell of it. I think if this is the one I think it is, it's just a giant bombing run in like a straight line. Oh, that that wasn't as satisfying as I was thinking. Maybe against a boss. But that kind of sucked. Should have stuck with the howitzer one. there are tiers weapons. I think we're using basically tier 0 for a lot of them. And then as you go up in the levels, like the mission numbers, the tiers will get greater. They'll also be greater as you go up in the difficulty levels. So like a level, you can do the first level on easy mode and get a tier 0 weapon, or you can do the first level on like Inferno mode and get like a tier 20 or whatever. And then if you did the very last level on easy mode, you'd probably get like a, I don't know, tier 60 or 70. If you did it on Inferno mode, you'd get like a tier 150 or something. So you can use the weapons independently of the difficulty levels. So the reason I chose to do the oh yes, the gigantic mothership is here and I totally missed it. The reason I chose to do this on easy to normal to hard to hardest to Inferno in that order is because I think it's more interesting playing it sequentially rather than, like, I could grind on hard and I could feasibly, if I got lucky, grind a couple levels on Inferno with a couple harder weapons, or weapons from hard, and grind Inferno for some Inferno weapons. And then I could just blow through the game with Inferno weapons on easy mode and normal. But I figured it would be more enjoyable, for me at least, because this is going to take a very, 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 very long time. More enjoyable for me to go through the game, I guess, the way it's supposed to. I would probably argue that's not the way it's supposed to be done. It's probably supposed to be done the way I just said, where you grind for really good weapons and then plow through the missions. You can shoot these things down if you shoot up inside them and blow them up in time. Then they won't drop their payload because you blow them up first. Yeah, I figured it would be more enjoyable for me to do the whole game. If I'm doing it every difficulty anyways, I might as well get upgrades as I play, rather than just have a couple good Inferno weapons and use those same weapons for the entire game. Because that, it might come to a point where I'd have to grind for some good Inferno weapons, though, because some of the levels they're borderline impossible if you're soloing. The game does scale up if you have people with you, like the enemies do more damage and have more health. But it's generally offset because your partners can do a lot more and do a lot better. I remember doing some of the levels on Inferno way back when I played a couple years ago. And the only way to do them was really to cheese them. I remember there's a really good level to farm on Inferno, to farm for weapons, where you basically stand on top of a tree, like one of these trees. It's on a beach. I think it's a beach level. You stand on top of the tree. You can, I think you need the wing diver, but I think the ranger can also climb up there. You either jump on top of it carefully, or if you're wing diver, you fly on top of it, and you land on top of it without destroying it. And then the level is full of, I think they're red ants, like the fire ants, which I don't think we've seen yet. And you stand on top of that tiny little tree, and they can't hit you. They can't do anything to touch you. They can't knock the tree down. You can shoot the tree down by mistake if you use explosives or knock yourself off it. But they can't do anything to kill you or hurt you on that tree. So you just stand on top of that tree and slowly pick off the gigantic horde of hundreds of ants one by one on Inferno, where they have a bazillion health, and you finish the map and pick up as much upgrade stuff as you can, and that's the trick, that's the gimmick to farming on Inferno. You cheese it. That's kind of a valid strategy, because the Inferno levels are ridiculous. But it's going to be a long time before I get to them. If I'm doing them in order. Which I am. So these enemies, these would be the Ravagers. Obviously, they're the alien invaders, not the insects. Although I guess they're probably one and the same. It's not super clear yet, story-wise. And these are their dropships, which have aliens or insects inside them. But also these ships, these combat ships. Oh, this is annoying. I can't get up there. I really wish I could. This character cannot climb that.
The enemy is dead! Just like that!
This flechette gun is actually really nice on these.
Reloading! Back me
This level is very tedious on Inferno,
This isn't good!
because these flying guys suck.
We will fight with you!
Anytime there's a level with these guys on Inferno, they are insane. They're not necessarily damaging. I guess they are if they hit you, but they are very, very tanky and hard to kill. You shoot them and they bounce around like ping pong balls. Or like pool balls. But not on easy mode. Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here then, after I take a look at what I got. The guide beacon gun. What is that?
Choose loadout. Air raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1
That is a... So that's the starting one. Let's see, does this have an ability to attack on its own? Device discharges a beacon to provide lock-on information, marking any foe it hits as a lock-on target for allied weapons. No. So that's just another co-op kind of weapon. Nothing I can do to actually damage anything on my own. So I'm not going to bother using it. Looks kind of like a blue harpoon gun. But, yeah. Now that we've hit level 10 and higher, I think we start getting a bit better weapons. But it's still kind of a crapshoot. But I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching. It's been many, many years since I did anything. And I've found this interesting little project that I'm going to work on for the next foreseeable future. No real schedule, just every now and then whenever I feel like it. So, I will see you next time.